Hey, another RKJ Topics. Haven't done one in a minute. I'll just be busy doing other stuff. I want to try to be more regular on YouTube. I know I said that last time, but let's get to the topic. Critical race troll from California district tells students how to use witchcraft on people who say all lives matter. While documenting my former high school's attempt to indoctrinate me with critical race theory 6 years ago, I'll remark that now, 7 years later, the situation has undoubtedly worsened. Worsened it has. Now Campbell Union High School District has promoted more than 100 equity resources to students and staff, including a document that taught students how to put a curse on those who say all lives matter. Like, wow, a curse too. Witchcraft is not all curses. There's good spells and bad spells. The fact they specifically said a curse, they want the spirits to come upon people who say all lives matter. And all lives do matter. I understand the problem because, let me give you an example. Stop Asian hate. Where is stop all hate? Have you ever heard stop all hate? But I understand because when it comes to black people, it's always, how come it has to be black lives? How come it can't be all lives? Well, y'all don't say that with any other race and their issues. Like, y'all already say that with the Asians. That's one example. Stop Asian hate. You did not hear stop all hate. That would have been the perfect time for y'all to say something. But we know they kind of, I don't want to say they. I don't even want to go there. Let's keep it Christian. I'm about to get real racist and ignorant, but the page serves as a vast library for CRT resources and features 60 different links, including a Google Drive folder with 45 different documents. The list made sure to include the full range of CRT buzzwords with links like raising race-conscious children, the infamous 1619 Project, anti-racism for beginners, and social identities and system of oppression, among others. One link takes you to anti-racism resource list, which teaches about white fragility and claims that racism can only be perpetrated by white people. Whoa. Black people, it ain't just black people. It is a lot of black people. They act like our entire history started here in slavery. They really think that. Even though people like me who know the Bible, we know we come from Ham, who was the first Egyptian. Our blood goes all the way back to Egypt. All they talk about is slavery. They want this. It's like they want this generation of white people who ain't doing nothing wrong, except running from everybody else, trying to be by themselves, but they can't do it because people following them everywhere they go. It's like they want this group of white people to feel bad for something their ancestors did 150 years ago. That's like asking us, as the descendants of the Egyptians, feel bad about having them Jews in slavery for 400 years. Like, yeah, right. I'm not about to go all the way back then. Even though it was us who had them enslaved. One link, I read that. No, did I read it? One link takes you to an anti-racism resource list, which teaches about white fragility. Yeah, I read that. The list also addresses white people when it says we are socialized into white supremacy from the moment we are born. God! Before going on to say it's about completely dismantling how you see yourself and how you see the world so you can dismantle white supremacy. I believe in satanic supremacy. I've been preaching that for 11 years. It's not white people, like all white people are bad. It's people of every race serving Satan. I don't care which race it is. There's Haitians serving Satan, people from the Congo serving Satan, people from Nigeria serving Satan. It's satanic supremacy. It's not white supremacy. It's a bunch of devil worshippers reigning supreme on earth. I'm about to put this on Facebook. I'm not going to sell my soul to be somebody. Because it's very hard when you're a Christian in this world just to get the bare minimum. The way the kingdom of darkness works against you, but I'm not going to sell my soul to be somebody. I don't think the Lord ever let me be on the street, but it's very hard to move forward when the all-seeing eye is upon you. Samuel Martin graduated from CUHSD's Bradham High School in 2019 and was appalled by the district's actions. He told the Federalist, the idea that white students must dismantle themselves in the context of their personality is cultish. Not only is it cultish, but it is a deliberate but it is deliberate in that school system wants its white students to hate themselves. That's what it seems like. Do these people honestly think that drilling racial identitarianism into children's heads from a young age is going to make them less racist? CUHSD also links to the Black Lives Matter resource guide, specifically their section labeled High School, which itself includes 45 different texts. Amid a wide variety of CRT-inspired assignments is a document that includes writing prompts on police brutality and racist violence. One section titled Hex tells the reader, hexing people is an important way to get out anger and frustration. Do you know what the Bible says witchcraft is? Rebellion against God. Witchcraft is a lady told me this, like, Ron, witchcraft, that's the opposite of God. Like, when you are practicing witchcraft, you are on the other side of God. And, there's many religions that they all pretty much are, but the Lord don't say nothing about them other religions, but he say witchcraft, when you are practicing witchcraft, you are rebelling against God. And there is real power in witchcraft. They have it too. It becomes increasingly deranged, suggesting that those who say all lives matter or commit microaggressions should be targeted. Write your own hex poem, cursing that person in instructs. Whoa. When asked her thoughts on the document that instructed K-12 students to use witchcraft on political opponents, Brainham teacher Meredith Allen told the Federalist she hasn't read the documents her district recommends, so she can't comment, but she is generally opposed to All Lives Matter message. The All Lives Matter message. Another section labeled A World with No Police cites police and militaries as systems or institutions that contribute to oppression. It asks, what would the world be like without them? Before telling the reader to write a poem discussing a world without these institutions, I kind of support that, but it's got to be the world. The world without armies and police. Well, we need police, maybe not armies. We need police because sin abounds on earth. We need police, definitely. But if no armies, I support that. I'm about to be done in a minute. The Black Radical Tradition is a 565-page ebook that includes articles from the Communist League and Noel Ignatieff under the pen name Noel Ignatieff. Ignatieff was a Marxist who argued that abolishing the white race is so desirable that some may find it hard to believe that it could incur any opposition other than from committed white supremacists. This article is from the Federalist.com too, guys. Critical race troll from California district tells students how to use witchcraft on people who say all lives matter. Then there's a slideshow entitled, What is the Black Lives Matter Movement?, which is made for children and was produced in part by teachers of LAUSD. It includes a glossary of terms like white supremacy, the definition of which includes the line, systems like school and jails have white supremacy built into them because white people have had so much power for so long. The ADL's link document, George Floyd, Racism in Law Enforcement, defines racism as the oppression of people of color based on a socially constructed racial hierarchy that privileges white people, a definition that reinforces the malicious lie that white people can't be the victims of anti-white racism, which we know that's not true. And I want to end it there. So what do y'all think? Who would have knew? Who would have thought? I've been saying this for 11 years. I've been saying this for 11 years. Witchcraft is the religion of the future. It is. That is Satan's religion. I'm not talking to all, I know there'll be some witches hear that and be offended. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about people who knowingly worship Satan and use witchcraft as a religion to worship him. I'm not talking about just random witches, white witches, doing spells to make the earth a better place. More power to you. But I'm talking about those who know what witchcraft really, the real power in witchcraft. Not just lighting candles and incense. I'm talking killing people with a word. I'm talking about, unicorns flying you places. That type of real witchcraft, that real power to do stuff like that. But what do y'all think? All right, I'm going to do another video in a minute. This is Ronald K. Jefferson, and I'm out.